currently dealing with. So business as usual, I think.
Oh, you mean in present day? I think this was
Yeah.
technically
Oh, are we?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought this was
We're back-
technically was right after this.
back in the time, question mark, Richard?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think there are a lot of choices that you guys could make when you are given these tokens. You guys could just out of hand be like, fuck this, throw them in the grate. Don't want those. You guys could give them all to one person to watch over them. You guys could split them amongst each other.
Yeah, what's our intelligence?
There's also a slight like social thing where they are numbered 1 through 5. Does anyone have a favorite number? And they just grab that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
They're numbered? Okay.
At the very least, Lagarde's gonna pocket one.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Which
One?
I don't
Mhm.
fucking know. Whichever one's the easiest to get to.
Yeah. I think Lenora would
Okay.
notice the numbers on there. She'd just look at the carrot and just take the coin.
I don't think Lagarde would notice the numbers either. He would just take one.
All right, Lagarde, give me a
Pocket
D5
it.
roll.
Roger that. That's a very specific. That's on the dice menu. So I should roll D5. That even work? Oh, there we go. Oh,
You're number 4,
I'm 4.
which is.
Fourth fish?
Wait, are
Fourth
you the
crab?
4th one? No, you're not the 4th one. You are the 3rd one. And then a D4 from Lunara, who's next.
If I land
Okay.
on 4.
D4.
Who's number 3? Shiwi and Delos.
What happens if I
Yeah.
land on 3?
I'll take whichever.
Stop
But-
being so agreeable.
But isn't number 5 not counted if I rolled a D4 and the 4 was counted, but then the coin?
Collective.
It'd be 1, 2, 3, or 5, and you got a 3.
Oh,
And I've got
I-
one.
Collective. Yeah.
And you're 5, which makes blue 2. So add to your inventory your numbered coin.
No, I'm
4
cheating.
coin.
No, this is Patrick. Shit, how do I add them to my inventory again?
There should be a plus button.
Please tell me if you
There-
find it. I don't know where the inventory
There is
is.
a plus button.
Fifth death coin. Does it weigh anything?
No.
Okay.
Magic.
Magic coin.
Oh, inventory. I found it. And you just do you just do the plus to add the item? I know it sounds obvious.
Oh, let me give you guys a party loot thing.
Uh-oh.
I also would really like. No, I guess it's too late.
What, too late?
I wanted to ask Richard if I had any racial proficiencies yet.
Ghost
yeah.
proficiencies. He's a phantom.
I also don't know how much Shui's changed in 400 years. I don't know if I'm gonna make like the physical changes happen with like time or like something else. I don't know.
Been 400 years.
You can give yourself I'll send you the prisoner D&D background because all of your time has been spent as a prisoner. So give yourself the stuff that makes sense.
Is it called French? What's the actual name of your language?
Probably just changeling, I imagine.
What's the name of your race? Is it just
I
changeling?
imagine. Changeling, I imagine.
French. Got it.
Roger that.
Language. French. unexplained.
300 years.
I am now proficient in.
Everyone also might know a bit of Celestial. Maybe. Depends.
Why do I not have common? Wait,
You
shit,
can't
do we
speak
have
common.
common?
You all
We
have-
already spoke it.
You
right?
all
Yeah.
have comment.
Yeah, we all have common.
Let's not
How
go
does that
there. Let's
work,
not go there.
though? Yeah. How does that work, though?
Magic.
Speak English.
All right, common, and then Arepa. My standard lens.
A great deal of time passes.
How much time?
It is difficult for you to tell. Not as long as it took since you're in prison, but a comparable amount of time.
How many crab days?
Yeah, how many crab days? Come on.
We do count crop days, yes. We do.
Let's measure this in a standard unit, please.
Okay, how much is a crab day?
Approximately 24 hours.
Crab day's the end of the week, Richard.
So how many weeks have passed?
How many crab days have passed?
Quite a few. If only you guys could have crab.
It's okay. You I don't know. You missed out. We baked carrot cakes, pretend carrot cakes in the oven with rocks.
It's been a rough
Yeah.
century.
You missed out. Missed out on a few things.
The air off in the distance, you hear a tingling sound and the sound of displaced water. You've heard creatures come out of the water, spend time on the shores here. You've tried to like fish for them, like luring them up to your slot and grabbing them or whatnot, but they've never really ventured that far. This sounds like a bigger creature, however.
Future
Yeah.
Shiwi.
An update.
We cannot see this.
This is a hearing thing for now. What you see is what you can see on the screen here.
So, can hear it. Very good at hearing.
Bat, bat, bat.
Give me a perception roll.
Yes. Yes, very good at that. Why? Way to toggle crit roll or advantage rolls?
Yeah. It's at the very top.
Be a button. Oh yeah, thank you.
That is the one part I do appreciate.
And TJ.
Let's do it.
Nice. Wow.
You listen closely, and you realize this sound is one you recognize. It is the bell. This tingling.
Delos presumably sleeping. Will jolt up awake.
Has it tingled before? Like each time one of us are about to die, has it tingled before?
No.
Okay. But it's
It
been
used to
nearby.
when we first died, but I guess it stopped.
It died. You got bored.
Yeah, it was like,
The
listen,
bell's
man,
like,
I,
oh.
I only count the first time.
You haven't had your bell for a very long time.
Very long time.
The
Right.
vast majority of your existence, you have not had the bell now.
I presume I remember it being important, but not necessarily why. I know it's important. There is
Oh, perception.
a bell.
Can I also roll perception?
You do
No, roll
have big
his-
ears.
History to
So many
see if
years.
Shui remembers.
Sure, that'll be a slightly more difficult check.
I think we all have ears. I mean,
Perception. That's persuasion. Why not?
I convince you there's a bell.
Lunara, you hear the bell. Lagarde, you recognize the bell. Shiwi, you also need to do. Oh wait, perception. Yep, you succeeded. All right,
Let's
so
see if
you
I
also
remember.
recognize the bell.
Do I remember what it is?
Yes, from the history. Yes, it was very annoying when you were dying.
Is that your bell, Delos?
Delos moves to the wall, plants their ear on the stone where feels the vibrations.
You listen closely, and as you listen, you notice a pattern, almost as if it is ringing with the steps of someone walking.
Delos is sort of like half frantically feeling the wall.
What's the knight's
Someone-
name again? Oh, sorry, you go.
Someone has it. How can someone have it? Delos looks and regards the others. Pass turn.
The god's lying down on the floor.
I give up. Slowly starts pulling the coin out of the bucket.
So,
Can you
Oracle,
keep
is that
it down?
you? Chewie asks, dead.
You hear the sound stop for a moment, and then resume, getting a bit closer. But you can hear caution in the rhythm of the steps.
Delos is gonna hurry over to the door and kind of like move the Shiwi to the side.
Peek.
It's frantically looking outside.
Do you put anything through the slot?
Checks notes. All I have is a coin.
Throw.
I mean, you have limbs.
Yeah, fair enough.
And hay, maybe. And part of a bed.
Chewie puts his hand through the
Rocks.
thing and wiggles.
A rabbit fur pillow.
Not Tony.
Wiggles fingers.
Yes, one moment. I'll be right there. Are you a friendly creature in there?
Looks at Delos.
Delos looks behind. Friendly. Mostly friendly. Yes, probably. Five friendly.
I think so.
How long have you been in here?
How many crab days? Delos scampers over and leans down, gently shaking Lunara.
Are we counting crab days?
Wake up. This monster talks. Delos is going to run over and gently wake up the Mayfly as well, because they are the designated timekeeper. Even if their player's not here, somebody has to know what time it is.
I assume Mayfly shrieks and looks scared.
Especially at the sound of someone new.
And so,
Oh, God.
I didn't
My
do that.
world is moving.
I didn't do that.
It's off kilter. It's off kilter.
um,
It is too early to be talking to the voices already.
Lunara wakes up and walks over to Delos and asks, "What's going on?"
visitor. They have my bell. They are coming.
The
Shui,
bell?
a person steps into view. You know from your interactions with the general population for that brief moment, 100 years that you were able to interact with them, that this is a human. And he steps into vision and looks into your slot.
It's Richard.
Chewie steps back.
Like
See
I'm
it?
gonna lie down on the bed.
A man wearing a prison uniform. He's got his hands tied, and around his waist you see your bell, as well as a number of other magical items.
Delos, he's got your bell.
It does. Well met, stranger.
I won't lie, I was hoping this was abandoned. I'd heard of immortals living here, but I thought they would be dead.
Is not what that word means. Of course, we would be still alive.
Immortals can die. Go ahead, Leonard.
I was just saying yes, still alive. What do you mean immortals could die? We haven't died.
But there must be a mechanism to take away your life, reduce you to my friend here. And he's
That's our
going to
friend.
sit down where you guys can see him.
That is Sir Orival. Has Tony sent for you?
I think.
Pardon me, I don't know a Tony.
Lunara whispers to Delos, "Should we ask him about the bell?"
What, this thing? And he's gonna pull the bell off of his hip.
Yes, I can hear it through the walls. I have not had it for many a crab day.
He is gonna
Unmistakably mine.
unceremoniously like dingle it in the air.
You're not playing it right.
I found this at the bottom of the ocean during my travel.
You made it out? Why have you returned?
Oh. Well, you see, there's a large being known as the bottom feeder. If you linger, it's a death sentence, but
Crap.
The crab.
I was banished from the general population.
Poking Legard.
There's more. There is room beyond.
I apologize. I didn't realize this was yours. And he's going to offer you the bell and realize that it's too big to fit through the slot. But you can touch it if you want.
No, it's first open the door. You need not shove it so.
This, I'm not even a thief proficient enough to break myself out of my manacles. This, door and its enchantment, both mundane and magical, are beyond me.
Manacles. Legard!
Delos, you moved. This is how it works. The bed is mine now.
It's great. I like that.
You can have the bed. You can have all the walls. Get this person out of his chains. He can free us.
Tony is not due back until next crab day. I
He
do not know
doesn't
who
know
you're
Tony.
talking to. The guy would like annoyingly rise and notice that everyone is kind of gathered around the door for some reason. But you're saying that there's actually somebody out there.
Come, you must see. You must work.
Merde. You'll get up and be surprised to see that there's a real person on the other side.
Hiya.
Oh. It is true then. You're just gonna look around and just like make sure that everything's still the same. Well, what brings you to our homely abode?
Well, it's a long story.
Just me. Not nearly long enough. You'll notice the bell being attempted to be shoved through the lot. Delos, is that your bell?
Yes, unmistakably so. Nothing could make the same sound.
Yeah, Mayfly's gotten pretty close. In any case, what would you have me do here? This gentleman seems to be either lost or perhaps doing something else, not just returning our items to us.
His hands are bound. Can unbind them. Your adventures from before.
Legard will look down at their manacles. Yes? I could do that. Would you like me to? You'll ask to the person across.
Yeah, sure. I'd very much appreciate that if you could. My name is Hallow. They call me the storyteller.
I am Legard. And Legard will remove their glasses from their face. I was hoping to save these. But desperate times. And they will break off the connecting what do you call them? Like the legs, I guess, that they sit over your ears with.
Yeah, man.
He'll break both of them off. We'll put the actual glass into his pocket. And we'll slash them on the walls and kind of shave them down until they are just the right size. Come then, give me your hands.
He gives you his hands.
And the guard will work on picking the manacles open.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of
Does anyone
hand.
else have sleight of hand?
I mean, we all
Um,
do.
No. But
But after 400 years, that's like-
Dillis is going to reach out and do something they haven't done in a very long time.
Ah. I know what that is.
Hold on, working on it.
Roger
New,
that.
new controls.
Yeah, it's new
Cast
shit.
guidance.
Ah.
You attempt to cast guidance. Even with the bell nearby, something in the room is preventing your magic.
Ah, right. I knew there was a reason I don't use.
Shuey looks at you like, did you really just try that? Like that kind of like, seriously?
Yeah, do
I,
not fret.
if I remember correctly, I think Mayfly has sleight of hand proficiency.
I have a +1 in sleight of hand.
Get the mouse in here. Mouse
No.
time.
Okay, never mind.
Oh,
I have a
Never
+4.
mind.
Do you want me to try? Should I try the sleight of hand thing?
do you have? Is your little circle circled?
It's not red,
Red.
but it has a
Yeah.
+1 in it.
If it's just
No
+1, that's
worries.
not proficient.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yep, is what it is.
28.
Hey.
Didn't need our help anyways.
You hear a click,
Natural.
and the manacles will come free.
And there. It's been a rough century for me. Slower than my last, but it is done.
That is a great pressure relieved. If only that had been done before I had started my walk along the bottom of the ocean.
Well, it is done now. No more reminiscing about the past.
He will take your lockpick from you and cast mending on them to return your glasses back to their original state.
Magic!
Oh,
Magic.
Well, that is a first.
Then he'll pass them back through the door.
Appreciated. He'll put them back on. Truth be told, these are just for show, but it is nice to have them still.
Yes, now the door. The door.
There's some sort of arcane field here for probably meant for strong prisoners. Are you strong prisoners?
we have strong faith. Does that count? We believe in carrots.
You believe in carrots? What is that?
It's been a while since we've gotten to speak to someone outside of the cell, and you say you're a storyteller. It would be great to hear about your stories.
Well, no
And
fault.
you're right. And he's going to pull open a dimensional rift, and he's going to put his hand inside and look with great relief that he has access to his stories again. And he's going to pull one out.
Chewie sits down.
Dillis is gonna sit down next to them. If there's anything they learned over 400 years, it's time.
Right? We're all pretty patient.
Patience is a virtue.
Oh God, they're all so patient.
We've heard each other's stories so many times. I'm sure everyone's really happy to hear.
A new one!
Exactly. New story, yay!
Glorious. Praise be to carrots.
Freeze beat carrots. Chewie looks excited.
All right, I've got a list of these stories. 1 second.
Yeah. Actual content.
Hallow is going to tell you a story about a couple of orphan boys. And he tells the story from the third person, but one of the characters is named Hallow.
Coincidence.
The primary character is named Michael, and this is the story about how Michael was Hallow's protector when they were orphans in the orphanage. All the hijinks that they had gotten up to, and the story eventually ends with Michael's tragic death when they go a little bit too far on an adventure outside of a city. He is crushed in a rock slide, and he's not savable.
Lara looks a little sad. And says that was quite the storyteller. It is unfortunate.
Out of character. That was very strange for me because my name's Michael.
Oh, sorry, Michael.
Dead. Killed him. Crushed him.
Very, very odd.
All these stories are actually about killing our real life.
This next story is about Aaron.
Crushed by a boulder.
But you were a good protector, Mai. That's what the
I
story
don't know. It was just weird hearing you say that name because it's my name, and even though it's just not.
It's Mai's name.
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it.
Delos is gonna nod his head. Yes. The Stonekin are diligent workers. Wrong. Regrettable. You made them your enemy.
Nods solemnly.
I apologize. The stories that I've written about myself, they are not, they're not happy stories. I don't, you see, I'm cursed.
Elinar's ears twitch a little, and she turns them towards him and tilts her head and asks, "What do you mean, cursed?"
I have been cursed all my life. The people I'm close to, that I'm even chummy with, they all meet tragic fates. They all die. That's part of why I'm in this prison. That's especially why I have been isolated from the general populace.
Well, we can't really die, and we could do with a friend if you want to hang around.
Yes, we could make room. The bed is big enough.
Plenty of rocks to bake more carrot cakes.
I don't think you understand quite the scope of this curse. In just my brief decades in this prison, I would argue that over 40 people have died to it.
I trust that they have all been guided well to meet carrots in the afterlife.
So, not to get off topic here, but are you speaking as if this carrots is like a deity of some sort of death?
Yes, the deity.
Indeed.
I haven't heard of this. The god of death is silver.
Oh, how pretty. I'm sure that god of death is extra shiny, just as his name implies. But the ones that we believe is his name is Dead Carrots, and he is the god of death. And we have not yet met him yet. Bad English. I'm sorry.
Yes, where I come from, silver is a rock.
Rock looks at our good rocks.
I see.
I see. Sorry.
Giving us the crazy eye already, huh?
I've lived quite a long while. I'd like to feel like I've got a bead on the religious, and I haven't heard of this creature before, or this being. It is a shame that you don't have a cleric or a paladin of this being to hear your prayers.
But Elonara looks a little bit to the sides and not believing that she actually gets to admit and talk about this to someone outside of those that are now part of the family. And she points to herself and says, "But I am here. I am a paladin of Dead Carrots."
Oh. What is it that this Dead Carrots, what do they do? What's important about them, in your opinion?
Important. Well, they're everything. They help guide the souls to the underworld, and those that follow are gifted luck and protection, and they are protected by Dead Carrots in turn. And he is a little bit of a trickster, and he likes to test our will and our belief in our faith. And sometimes he goes a little quiet and he waits to see whether we would give up our faith. And we have not. We still believe, and he will one day show himself again.
So, in the other portion of the prison, there's a group of people, followers of the Great Father Palamon, and one of them is a paladin, and his prayers and magic are heard. However, the unfortunate thing is it's the god of law, so the legal kind of justification for imprisoning those people doesn't allow them to effect means of escape. If we had a paladin of a different deity, then maybe we could have hope of not being stuck here.
Hmm. Can I ask out of character? Is he asking if Lenara would switch to a different deity? Is that the
No.
question? Okay. Oh, just
I bel-
okay.
I don't know why, but he's implying that they need some divine intervention, and the other god is not able to do anything.
You can ask for clarification in character.
Correct.
Okay. Well, then Lenara will look a little confused and tilt her head a couple of times regarding Hello. His name's Hello.
That's right.
And then ask, could you could you explain what you mean? Another paladin?
Well, so as you know, paladins and clerics, they have connections to their deities that give them magic and power and insight. You've been stuck in this room, arguably for, I believe it's 300 or so years, according to what I'd heard, at the very least. If you were to pray to a more useful deity, maybe you could get freedom.
Carrots is who I believe in. I believe in his teachings and in the purpose of life through carrots. I cannot imagine worshiping or giving my faith to another.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to give your faith to another, what's the worst thing that this carrots would do to you? Would it be lock you starving in a cage for 300 years?
But we are still here. It is part of the test. We live yet.
What Tella says is true. Carrots tests us, and we keep faith.
Hmm. It's a
What?
interesting sort of logic, Ouroboros, you've got yourself in there.
Or it's not common. That word you used.
Sorry. Yes. That's a story. So you're saying this? Where do you come from? I don't recognize any of you. As you might be able to tell, I'm a human. What are you?
I'm Shiri.
Delos.
You're right. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you, Maya. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was literally just stretching. I was just
Oh, I thought that was in character. You just straight up.
no.
Yeah,
I was
you
actually
were
stretching.
ready to give us.
No, I was just
Delos was
stretching.
going to
Sorry.
point over. Look out.
I am
Lenara.
stretching.
Mayfly.
You're right. We
Chesterfield
should have introduced
points
us.
at a rock.
Oh yeah.
We can stop at the inanimate.
Important for the baker.
What does that mean? Inanimate?
The things that aren't animated and aren't alive.
Oh, trust me, they can be quite animated when they want to.
Yes.
Well, typically things don't move unless a force is acted upon them.
I move without forces. Unless that force is Shibi.
Shui smiles as if proud of themselves.
I had thought with my difficult past that I had become like an unhinged door off its axis. But you lot are truly unhinged.
The door is solid. Delos feels along the edge. That is the problem.
Hmm.
Unhinged would be good.
What does that mean?
I have a feeling our new friend is trying to be quite polite, but is technically telling us that we may be just a touch too eccentric for him after all these years. We have. Sorry.
You may have lost your hold on sanity.
Shui thinks about asking, what is sanity? But decides not to.
You see Delos is like continuously pointing and unpointing at the hinges on the door. I know that is what they're called. Why are they called that?
It has been a rough century.
How many crab days have it been? Mayfly! How many crab days has it been?
At the anxiety of a new person, I'm going to just assume that Mayfly whimpers in response.
Blah, blah, blah,
Fair
blah,
assumption.
blah. Crab days. Insert number, crab days. Yes. A while. A time.
But now that you are here, new friend, we can get to know each other. Now that we know our names, each other's names, you could tell us of the things that you have come across and what you've seen and stories. Stories sound very good.
Yes. New stories. There's room. The bed is big enough.
Mhm.
I unfortunately cannot fit in there. And if I were to use any magic to go into that room, I wouldn't be able to come back out. And there might be things out here that we need.
You're right. We should all try and come out. And like you said, paladin that calls upon a deity has more power to do things. And once we're away from this room that seems to be blocking our magic, we could potentially have carrots back.
Yes, that's a great idea. You should contact God that will respond to your prayers and try to get freedom.
No.
No.
None.
Can I do like a religion check or something to see whether I know any other god? I can tell that he's implying
Carrots was the coolest, but there's got to be other gods from where you come from, right?
Yeah, right. Carrots
All
was
just as unhelpful, though, Aaron.
What?
They would all be just
I
as
know
unhelpful.
that. I know that. We don't.
We'll say that Carrots was the only god.
okay. Carrots the only.
That's just bad world building, Richard.
He was like 6.
I got 2 gods in my backstory.
Well,
We're evolving.
then he was like 9. So there you go.
All right. Lunara can think a moment and consider what he's trying to say. She's had lots of time to think. And she curiously just asks, "Hello, so you are on the other side, and you know of another god of death, this shiny silver one. What god do you pray to? Is there a deity you follow?"
I am forgotten by all the gods. My curse has followed me my entire life, and no amount of praying to any deity has ever fixed that.
What of the spectre?
What are you talking about?
The only other visitor. The spectre.
Is this like your rock friend?
No, he gave us these. And then takes out a coin and like kind of holds it out.
Is there a viewing cage? Can we see each other? How's the visibility?
I assume he's looking through the
I'm
hole.
assuming you guys are all crouched around this like little square opening.
Fuck
And you're
yeah,
like,
we are.
I'm talking, so you like butt your head in closer.
Yeah, it works for me.
Well, we're all pretty used to being in each other's space, so I don't even
Yeah,
think it would
personal space
irritate
doesn't
each
exist
other.
amongst maybe Bayfly still has bubble.
I don't know. Have you seen how mice sleep together?
Yeah, I mean at night, sure. But daytime Mayfly.
Anytime they fly. Sorry.
In total, I know of 8 deities, and I like to think I'm a very learned adventurer.
So greedy.
Greedy.
You need 8. When one does all the jobs.
Reality, the gods are just as fallible as mortals, so I guess we need more.
Why would we need more than carrots?
Well, you must understand, from the outside looking in, it looks like this
Don't say it.
this carrots is maybe testing your faith to a point that would be cruel.
We've lived here for a long time. Cruelty has definitely been felt. But we have all, well, I cannot speak for everyone, but I have definitely learned to let go of such pain. And tests are ongoing. And
Yes.
yes.
What kind of test is easy? Would we have learned a lesson if it were not hard?
I'd say your average test probably runs you maybe an afternoon's worth of time if it's long. Maybe a week if it's a journey. An indefinite period locked with people losing their grip on reality. That, as I said, cruel.
So just so that we're clear, and I really do not mean any disrespect, but you are talking as though Carrots had somehow put us in this cell, and I can tell you now, we did not get here because of a test of faith to our God. It was unfortunate and sad, and the cruelty came from. And I need to ask, what was the creature again? He was not human. Who was the boy?
He went by Nitty, Rickonid.
Creator.
Okay.
Went at what he had wrought.
Yes. Yes. And quite mortal, I believe. And so this really is quite different to what you ask. It is not Carrot's fault that we are here, but it is thanks to him that we still have faith that the end of this time will come. Time here in the cell.
What if your test of faith isn't blind obedience, but growing past just believing in one outcome and maybe striving for a more realistic solution?
I do apologize, but after so many crap days, it is hard to know what's real.
What's a crap day?
So, crap days. The end of the week.
20? I really wanted it to be lower.
20 Religion.
What is that? What was the outcome of the goal of that roll that you were hoping for?
Oh.
I need to know before you roll, typically.
Oh, that was for me.
Okay.
Like, I wanted to decide. I couldn't decide how I wanted Chewie to process this. And I wanted a low roll so I could just be like, nah, Carrots only. But now that it's high, I actually have to think about what Chewie's gonna say.
You would hear of stories. Yes, we are stories made flesh, jumped from the page, as it were. Lagarde here had escaped from many a peril in the past. Do you believe, after this many crab days, we have not tried every avenue?
Yeah, he sort of pulls out a journal and he starts writing. I believe that you've probably tried quite a bit. So you're saying you're not from this world? You're not from Tilia?
No. Sorry.
No. I'm gonna roll a dice to see if I even remember what that word means. I suppose.
Maybe because we aren't from here,
Yeah.
Creator said dead carrots wasn't real. Lies. But maybe we can try a different god to get what we need. And then we can go back to carrots. That's how religion works. Loyalty, what's that?
Who else is going to look to Lenara?
Should I do a religion roll?
But what does a religion roll mean when you roll it?
Also, what about, so is dead carrots a god that would be offended if you went to other gods?
It's like asking for if Dead Carrots is okay with a hall pass.
Exactly. Like, okay, look, carrots is. I don't think like, when the character was created, it's not that there was no other god. It was more that there was a belief, and then it was already thought that carrots was extinct, if even in the people that Lunara was with. So, but her small Warren was kind of like still holding on to it, and she was one of the ones that doggedly was saying that no, carrots is still there, and so she continued that belief and faith, and continued the teachings of carrots, and got like luck from it and guidance and all that stuff. But it could also be more on the side of like the fact that it does no longer existed in that world anyway. That it was not there, but doesn't mean there were not other gods. You know, it it. I think this is just Lunara's set belief in this one god.
So when you roll a religion check, what would a high roll be if your character was reflecting on their religious history?
Huh.
Wait!
Lou,
I
hello.
assume.
Yes, hi.
A fifth heart
Welcome.
has hit the walls.
Ring.
So high roll would probably make her reflect a bit more on the idea and the ideals of carrots. The fact that maybe it's not always the one thing; it's more the act of, I guess, the separating the person from the religion itself. I don't know. In that sense, like that. Is that what you mean? Like high roll is extra intelligent about religion, and low roll is just like I only believe in carrots, and that's it.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
And I would let you, for this roll, use wisdom instead of intelligence as the modifier for religion.
Okay. Okay. Let's find my mouse.
But you have to tell me what a high roll would mean to you.
Okay. So a high roll would mean that there will be better perception on religion in general. So she could accept that there are more gods out there, and not it doesn't mean that she has to let go of dead carrots. Just means she accepts that there could be others, and then explore that avenue.
Go for it.
Okay. Wisdom. Is it in alphabetical order?
So hit the religion button and then just tell me what your wisdom modifier is.
Oh, okay. So do the religion. Oh boy. And then wisdom is the red number?
The plus whatever, +4, +2, +5.
What? There's two numbers. There's two numbers next to each other. Which one do I read? The one that says save underneath or the ability on it?
The ability.
+2.
All right.
19. Oh,
That's a pretty high roll.
you've mastered religion. Congratulations.
Okay. Cool. So, considering that there are other possibility of other gods there, right? That's what we're going with.
Based on what you said.
Based on what you
suppose so.
said.
Yeah.
If I had to interpret your interpretation, it seemed as though you could possibly accept the existence and maybe even the assistance of other gods, and it wouldn't necessarily damage or harm your faith or belief in carrots.
Yeah. Exactly.
Besides, there's room in here for at least 5 gods? That's the maximum amount of people that can exist at any given time.
That's the
Number
whole
doesn't go
world.
higher. Yeah, that's all of it. So
That's our universe. Okay. I've forgotten what Hallow said last, or who was talking. Yeah, Hallow said something last, right? Oh no, Shiwi.
Yeah, she was just saying maybe we could ask a different god for help for this one thing.
You presume the great carrots cannot aid us in these times.
yeah, we did that already.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Welcome to the session, Blue.
Oh, so you got a coin, Blue.
You're number 2, I think.
I got a what?
Oh, yeah.
Three?
You got
You
the
have
number
the
2 coin.
Number 2 death coin.
It's just
Death
a
gave you
coin?
guys coins to allow you to kill yourself if you really want to. In the simplest
A
explanation.
coin. He gave us a coin.
So
Interesting.
Hold
So-
it up
skeletal
to your-
hand holding the number 2 on it on one side, and on the other side is a carrot? Question mark?
Yeah, a carrot.
Like the vegetable, right?
Yeah, carrots, multiple carrots on one side.
Okay, there you go.
That is the symbol of the religion.
Just making sure.
Death didn't know your
Clarify.
actual symbol for the religion.
What
He
a
just
guy.
guessed.
Oh, okay.
Coincidentally, got it right.
You could find incongruities with Death's understanding of your religion and yours.
Yeah, like the leaf part of the carrot has 3 sprouty bits instead of 4 sprouty bits.
The indents on the nubs are supposed to be every 3rd switch.
Everybody knows that carrots has a bite taken out of the tip. What is this?
Unbelievable.
Shoddy craftsmanship from this world's god of death. Pathetic. Yeah, this dude appeared. He's got Delis's bell for some reason. He said he raided some stuff. He called himself a storyteller. I forget his name already. He said he
Hello.
walked on the ocean, couldn't
Hello.
escape from the crab. Yeah, hello. Lagarde helped break him out of his manacles, shackles. We're talking about the nature of
manacles.
religion.
Outside of the cell, he's able to use magic. Inside of this cell, you're not able to use magic.
We did ask how many crab days we've been here. Your character graciously provided the exact number.
Who?
That's about all the forced roleplay we did with your character.
Megan? Mine? Okay.
Yeah.
And how long has it been?
Oh, like 10 minutes.
Probably in the realm of 21,300 crab days.
Okay.
Yeah, is it exactly 400 years?
It would not be exactly.
Is it 365?
I gave you the number. I gave you the number precisely in crab days.
All right, write that down.
21,372 crab days.
Blue?
So that's crab days are weeks, right?
That's right.
Yeah, because crab day is at the end of the week. Every crab day has got to be a week.
So how many crab days? Never mind.
Quite a few.
Just one sec, I'll be right back.
No, wait, we need you for this part. Shit.
Do you all have something dry I could set my books on? I must collect my thoughts.
Sorry, I'm back.
Somewhere dry?
Yes, something dry. He's going to, his clothes are wet, and he's going to show that. The grass is wet below.
Sorry, what about the grass?
He's asking for somewhere dry that he can collect his thoughts with. He wants to put his books somewhere dry so that he can review them.
And he wants to hand them out to us because we have a dry cell?
He wants to know if you have something he could use to set them up.
Do we have anything he could use? We did lots of knitting out of the fur that we have in here.
Yeah, you'll have rabbit fur blankets then.
Mm-hmm.
Should be dry.
Well, now we'll offer the knitted blankets and say here you go for your books. This should be dry.
My Lunara bits, Chewie says, watching you shove the fur through.
Like that.
Is that the way though? Huh.
Well, now we'll
Tell us she's taking my Lunara bits.
we will make more. Look, it is a shedding season. How many crab days has it been now? Soon we'll make another.
Yes, I really hope this works.
Chewie frowns.
He's going to smell the blanket and then just kind of reluctantly accept that that's going to be good enough.
Blanket.
Excuse you. Blanket's not going to smell you. Rabbits are clean.
Not this rabbit.
We'll assume that there has been maybe lightly flowing water from one of the pipes that you guys can maintain cleanliness a bit for.
Thank God.
He's going to begin pulling tomes from his dimensional space that seems to be tied to his wrist somehow, and within moments he's got dozens of stacks of these handwritten journals on this blanket that you've given him, and he's going to sit there and he's going to begin reading through them
Out loud?
to himself.
Oh,
Are these
I
his
mean, you
books?
could ask him to do it out loud.
please, Lunara will ask us. Could you please share these stories? We have been without for too long.
I'll be like,
Ah!
They are multiplying.
I thought the
well,
rabbits
they are
were-
asexual, so
They
They're not.
reproduce by just wanting to.
Oh yeah, there should be more of me now. I'm gonna
if
change.
I read these, this may take much longer, but it could provide valuable context.
Does Hallow have to eat? Hallow's not immortal, right? Or we don't know.
Presumably, he's been around for.
He doesn't seem to worry
Doesn't
about it.
seem
Okay.
he's chill.
He's like
chill
sitting.
that.
He's like sitting cross-legged next to the skeleton of someone that starved to death.
He's chill like that.
Our new friend, we have nothing but time. How many crab days do you need?
You said a crab day is 7 days.
What a strange way to mark the time.
Now, we must accept all sorts of strangeness. I'm sure we appear strange to him as well.
You're right. My
Week?
apologies. It's been too long.
Weak? Weak?
Just kind of like trying to learn this new word.
Where are my manners? I'll be right back. He's going to step forward, gently set the bell outside of the slot, and he will leave his stack of books there, and you'll hear a splash of water.
Wet.
To see it again after all this time.
Did we scare him away?
I hope not.
Mayfire will look up at the rest of the group. Can I presume I can't fit through anything?
Your people size.
Mouse.
We would have
Well,
tried to fit you.
No access to magic. You can fondle
Yeah.
Delos's bell if you want.
Ah,
That's a new thing that you can do.
What can
That
I
is a
do?
new thing.
What can I do?
Delos's bell has been found by Hallow, and he left it outside the door within reach if you put your arm through.
Mine.
Anyone's arm.
I'll grab it.
It doesn't fit through the slot.
It doesn't fit through the slot, but you can dingle the bell if you want.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll ding it. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Ding, 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 ding.
Mayfly. Careful. The bell is important. Not exactly remember why, but it is important.
Mayfly will stop.
Do you guys shit talk this person while he's gone?
No.
This is a member that isn't. This is a person that isn't of your family. He's a bit weird. He's different from your what you
He's different.
are kind of
Really?
comfortable with.
He looks like your character from when you were a player in a campaign, Richard.
That's an interesting observation.
No, that's apparently the wrong answer. Try it.
Apparently.
Shuey tugs on Delis's like sleeve. Do you have sleeves?
I presume we have some form of clothing, Richard.
Nice.
Yeah, you've got some form of clothing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
We said we were talking about that the fur. If anything, we can re-knit our own
Yeah.
clothing. As
Yes,
it were.
I'm not gonna be too strict on clothing.
Yeah, got it.
If that's the
We've been in the
what
cell
you've
for a
gone
minute.
through, then yeah.
We've been in the cell for a single minute. We just forego all of our clothes.
Don't need it.
Uh,
You're already starving. You don't want to be cold too.
Optional. Optional.
I have fur. I'm good.
Delos is gonna reach over and guide Chiwi's shoulders down and then rest their head in his lap. Yes, what is it?
Person makes me feel nervous.
They are strange. This is true. They are new. All things that are new are strange. After all, we had our ups and downs for a few thousand crab days.
but they are not us. Makes me nervous.
But if this stranger is successful, we will be reunited with Sir Orivel. Maybe we could meet Tony out along the road. We would have a whole hall.
Or Tony.
What?
Or Tony.
She's due back any day.
After about an hour or so, you hear splashing again. And eventually, Hallow returns, being careful not to get his dampened form near his tomes. And he is going to toss through several lobsters into your cell.
Yeah.
That's crab
Oh.
adjacent.
At the thump of the lobsters falling at their feet, Mayfly will kind of like jump back a little bit, startled, but seeing it's just
they
the
got one?
food, they'll kind of like scuttle past it and hold the bars with both their hands, and they'll try and peek their nose through, and they're looking intently at the tomes that this fellow has.
Give me a perception roll.
There it is. Ooh, there it is. Perception.
Ever seen a fucking lobster? Gonna do a quick history check.
13! 14.
Not-
You have
not that
seen
I
a
can
lobster,
remember.
yes. In your first 100 years here, you've seen lobsters.
Oh, okay.
Huge.
Dillis is gonna kind of like reach out with his claws and just kind of like try to paw at it and stop it from doing anything with its pinchers. Cease your squirming.
Your speak of food has made me a bit hungry. Or is Crab Day more of a religious thing for you? Is this related to carrots?
The crab is the one that keeps us here. We've seen it take lives. Have we seen it take lives? Can we see it? We just know
Yes.
that.
Yes, you actually, from the view in your cell, you have seen the every once in a while someone tries to swim for it and just they don't get super far.
Gets grabbed.
Gets
Yeah.
grabbed.
We've seen the beast, the crab that takes lives, and so he's prisoners in this crab jail, and so the crab days pass, and how we count them.
I see. The guardian of the Fathom Abyss. Written in the bottom feeder.
Bottom feeder. There. Dillis is still pawing at the lobsters, trying to defeat them in armed combat.
Get a chick.
No.
They're back. Shit.
Mayfly, you can read out a number of the names of these books. The Enchantress of the Midnight Moon, The Thief of the Drider's Tear, The Child Who Could Not Dream.
Sorry, repeat that.
I just picked 3 random ones out of a list of like 120.
Oh, I thought those were. It seemed coincidentally similar to our character's backstory. I was like, those are shit titles.
Thank you. The one that was told to you already is the guardian with the wooden sword.
What is it? Library of Many?
Wait. So these books aren't like knowledgeable. These aren't like non-fiction, knowledge based.
Yes or no?
These are nonfiction. He said that they're all based on his life. He's written all of these stories from his experiences.
Oh, Mayfly loses interest, and will instead focus their attention onto the lobsters that are now flopping on the ground.
Nara will look over to our stone oven where we have been baking stone carrot cakes, and say, well, where are our manners? You're so very kind to offer us food, and we have not given you any. we have a freshly baked batch right here of these delicious carrot cakes. Would you like some?
First my Lunara bits, and now my carrot cakes.
Oh, poor Shiri.
Okay. This person's wisdom is quite low.
But now we have bottom. Now we have. Dels is growing increasingly frustrating with the lobsters.
Why do we need those?
When I don't eat, I starve, and with starvation comes pain, discomfort, frustration.
Yes. I am frustrated. Don't remember pain.
When that happens, we usually just go bonk.
You hurt yourself. Interesting. Does that sort of take away your hunger by diving the mind into a new problem?
Something along those lines, but it is more of a temporary fix.
Well, instead of bashing your head with a rock, you could eat some food, and I'll tell you the stories related to religion that I have.
Well, Nara will make herself comfortable and wriggle in her space and look excitedly at listening to stories, and she will say, "I'm ready to hear what you're going to read."
Look out. Help me. These bottom feeders are surprisingly good swordsmen.
Oh no.
Lagarde's gonna take one look at do we have lobsters in our world? Or at least in my world? I assume so.
You've
Yes? No?
eaten lobster as being a prisoner in this prison. You haven't seen them alive before.
Okay.
Mayfly will kind of jump away if one of the lobsters gets too close. They're unsure.
Aloe will pass through a rusted dagger. It's the best I can do. It's been sitting in the water for quite some time.
She was just scrunching his nose at the little wriggly thing, not liking that it's wriggling instead of just not wriggling.
But if you would prefer, you could make them your friends, and they'll provide better company than a rock.
Shuey looks outright offended and goes and sits by the rocks. Which corner are they in? This corner?
She was my favorite character right now.
Chewie sits near the rocks and starts like petting them. Like, don't worry, I don't think.
You have been trained well. Perhaps the crab is your master, but you will be dinner.
Who takes the rusty dagger?
No. I've played in Richard's campaign before. I'm not touching that dagger.
Lenara's more interested in hearing the stories. She doesn't have interest in the.
I guess that'll be Lagarde's responsibility.
Okay.
The first story told
Mm.
will be the Enchantress of the Midnight Moon, which is the story of a cleric of the goddess Numerella. He was the leader of a group that Halla was in. He speaks about everyone in the third person, even himself. And through this story, you get a feeling that this cleric was very influential in healing and helping the rest of their group. And they identify Numerella as the goddess of wisdom. At the end of the story, everyone is killed by a dire bear that attacks their camp while they're asleep, except for Hallow, who gets away without any major injuries.
Lenara listens intently and is very interested in the story. How did you survive if everybody else perished?
Well, I'm cursed. It is my duty to record, and that's the least I can do for people. Everyone else inevitably dies.
You must carry a great sadness with you, also.
Do an insight roll.
Okay.
No. Nice.
Oh, that's a nice number.
Very good.
Like your hunger, emotional pain is something that you get used to. Which is a lie. He seems very affected, and he's just putting on a face.
No.
You are a mourning.
I'd say I'm in mourning at times.
Mourning.
Is this a language thing?
Delos is struggling to pull the memories out of whatever fog plagues his mind as he battles lobsters. Something to do with death, something to do with curses. You record the stories of those who have passed.
I do.
Then you are in mourning.
It's been maybe 300 years since Michael died. And I
Still
fear,
waiting?
I fear that this is the only recording of his life. Not Michael, but Michael. They're different.
Goodbye, Mai.
Well, it is an honor to hear the sharing of these stories, and you continue the memories of your friend through retelling. So please continue.
Write them down.
He pulls out a journal that looks a lot newer compared to the other ones. And he's going to just kind of toss that one to the side and grunt no. And he says that the father of all gods, Palamon, is the god of law, so there's nothing that he will do to free someone that's imprisoned. Silver is the god of the afterlife. And he tells this in a story called The Curse of the Silver Fox. In which one of his friends, a priest of silver, is murdered in his sleep while they are staying at a monastery. Silver is the god of intelligence.
Oh, sorry, it's like you just said silver is the god of our afterlife.
Yes, all afterlife and intelligence.
Oh.
God damn lobsters.
And you learn that the practice of placing silver pieces over the eyes of the dead is a tradition of the god of silver.
Oh, these silver coins, and Lunar shows her coin to Hella.
I've never seen one of those before. No, typically you just use a silver piece. It's a little extravagant, but you must give patronage to silver to allow the soul to pass through to the afterlife.
Wow,
Yes.
this world are quite curious. Sorry, didn't
Yes.
interrupt.
No, it's cool. Talk over each other. The coin is payment to the specter. A coward's way out. An end we do not seek. Fall, bottom feeder. I will outlast you. Ow.
You could just hit it with a rock. You have your process.
There are no rocks to spare.
The rocks are spoken for.
The Stonekin are busy in the bakery.
Those are the rocks for self-flagellation, not bottom feeder flagellation.
It's completely different.
Over the course of the rest of the evening, you hear a number of more stories about death, somehow Hallow surviving these kind of deaths, And incidentally, talking about various followers of different religions. You learn of Numerella, the goddess of wisdom, Arrow, the goddess of charisma, Silver, the god of intelligence, Zobudas, the goddess of persuasion, Jilhale, the goddess of animal handling, Syats, the god of deception, and Freite, the goddess of sleight of hand. Along with Palamin, that wraps up all of the known gods.
List is slightly different than what we're used to. Something's going on there.
However, you do sense a hesitation, like there's one more piece of information that he has not shared. For one reason or another, related to that newer looking book.
Okay. Well, Lenara will look at that book every now and again, as she sees him going through all of the stories that he's read so far. And since she's been watching him quite attentively, she'll point to the book and ask, and the story that seems to make your eyes look very hurt. What about that story?
In that story is the reason I ventured past my home into this kingdom. We were just traveling across the border to deliver some supplies. I was assisting with the guarding of a caravan, and we were attacked by some goblins. And the goblins killed many of us, but the rest were taken prisoner. And the people that I was with, they were all killed in the name of the goblin deity, the goblin god of death himself. And we all had to watch the sacrifices take place. Every day, as soon as the sun would rise, and every night, as soon as it would set. Someone would be sacrificed, and of course, I was the last chosen. But before they could sacrifice me, the Drow invaded and killed all of the goblins. It was one of the most brutal moments of my life, and maybe this goblin god of death isn't a good option.
I see why you would hesitate in sharing that. Lenara tries to comfort him with the way that she talks to him, because he does appear to be, I guess, saddened by the stories.
He is. But nobody else knows that. Only for everyone else, he appears mostly emotionless.
Okay. But if Lunara is being comforting to him, would that not sort of also let the others know? Or no?
I think that's
not
up to everyone else's interpretation.
Okay.
So you have all of these options. What do you think?
Lunara closes her eyes for a moment and just kind of reads back. I'm reading back because she thinks back on the cards that were mentioned, and just Just clarification, Richard. These gods that already exist. These are part of the universe, right? Are on. Tilly.
From a player perspective, you would never have heard the name Palamon before, the one that's been identified as the father of all gods. However, Numerella, Arrow, Silver, Zobodas, Jilhili, Syets, and Freeite, you know them. If you'd play the previous campaigns and roleplay with those gods.
Yeah.
Supposed to be new lore, Richard. Oh my god.
I think the fact that the Pantheon had 26 and we're down to 7.
Yeah, those other ones weren't important. Can't believe
this-
Haley survived though. Well done, girl.
New job opportunities.
Good shit.
Okay. So, all right. Okay. So, Lunara thinks on the gods that were mentioned, and sort of talks to Hallow in a way to try and kind of I don't know bounce the thoughts, since she's considering the possibility of other gods. This goddess Numerella of wisdom in your story would be someone that would be quite lovely to meet. You have mentioned quite a few gods of afterlife and gods of death that are quite similar to carrots and what carrots represent. There is a possibility that any one of these could also be deities that we could also find faith in if we believe that they exist.
I guess that depends on the strength of your faith.
It is hard to believe into something that has never touched your life. Well, carrots has always been a part of mine, and I have tried to share its teachings to all of us here. What do the gods of death of this world, of your world, teach their followers?
Silver is the god of the afterlife. He believes in, above all else, understanding and learning. Typically doesn't affect the living. He saves his knowledge for those that die.
Well, that's useful, definitely, for the souls as they travel through the afterlife. It's good to have the knowledge. It doesn't quite help the living. Does this god work with another of the living souls, so that
Yes. There should be 2. So many gods of death. But there should be one of life as well.
Hmm.
Well, Jilhali's the goddess of animals in the wilds.
Has anyone seen Jill Haley?
No.
No, we haven't.
You may have a unique connection to Jilhali given your stature.
I was out of character. I was like, "You calling me an animal?"
What about me?
I think we're all part animal, except for
Except
Hell
for Lagarde.
Look
it's
out.
every animal.
Lagarde.
He's an animal.
God's more animal than we are.
The beast.
Yeah, what is it? Lagarde in the streets, animal in the sheets.
Another dimension.
That's what they used to call
Things-
them.
Things you learn over 400 years. Sorry, 300. We haven't gotten to.
Oh,
400.
it's been over 400.
Oh,
Give me-
well,
Crab days.
Give us an updated pantheon then.
I'm doing it. I'm giving you the
Just
list.
the updated pantheon.
Yeah, but I want it visually.
Where's
I
the
need to
lore
see
coming?
it.
Get a
Where's
commission
their new
drawn
art?
of all of them.
They gotta get a new outfit. How are you gonna get my primo gems if you're not even gonna give them a new outfit?
Yeah, Richard.
Yeah, Ritter. You want my primo gems? Huh? Me Hojo? Yeah, it's a try hard.
Miho Richard.
Mihogo, boy.
Richard's
Try.
my heart.
Nice. Had to hit pity twice, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Did you say we're ending early? I don't want to end early. How much time do we have?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it either, and Richard's doing it to hang out with my dad.
Well,
I'm
he
not
can go do
happy
that,
about
and
it.
we can keep rolling.
Yeah. Richard, you can go hang out with my dad. I'm gonna keep playing D&D.
We don't need them.
That's fine. We're
Who
kinda-
needs a DM?
I don't want to go.
Yeah, don't need the DM for role playing in D&D.
I mean, in our situation, we might not.
Yeah, Saya said. What? Where's my boy Oziad? Is he safe?
Oh,
Yara's still alive? Hey.
if it's not on the list,
They're dead.
Bullshit.
He's dead.
Bullshit, I say. Let's see. We could all get a theme deity here.
Zobados is still there. Let's go.
Zobadow. Let's see. Is Lagard more of a free-eyed person
Oh god, Syats is there too.
or a Syats person?
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, the person who put us in here is a bit of a free-eyed enjoyer, so I don't think that
yeah,
immediately
that makes
is
sense.
that
As
immediately
it
puts
Okay,
them off a
alright.
little bit at the very
so
least.
we'll say Freya's probably off the table. Palaban's off the table. I'm assuming the Goblin
Oh,
God
that's
of Death is off the
charismatic.
table.
I vote Arrow. Also,
I-
boobies.
I am not charismatic, actually. Mayfly
you're
is
like
not
the one.
charismatic.
Not
That's okay.
Actually,
We have
We can
enough to
fix
make up
that.
for
That's
If
exactly right.
anything, for Mayfly, it'd probably be Silver.
so many. Yeah, if we all had to pick, if we all got our own little god.
Silver would
Little
not
pocket
fit for Chewie.
No, you would probably have Arrow, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Free-Eye's a minor, obscure god. Now
Goblin.
times have changed.
Let's see. Syats for Lagard. Arrow for she. Jahali question mark for the not.
That's racist.
Question mark.
But it kind of fits as well, though. It's not just the animal thing.
Goblin of Death, is it Seiko?
Is it?
Seiko is a kobold.
It's
Oh
Bobby.
wait,
racism.
Oh, yeah.
It's
More
Bobby.
Bobby's the
Obviously,
god
it's
of
Bobby.
death.
He became second Jesus, right? I gotta reread the epilogue
Rock
as
and
opposed to
roll,
first Jesus.
from old Jesus. Yeah, Jesus was the first Jesus.
And then it
That
was
is
Bobby.
true, actually, in that world. Yeah, that is where we got Goblin Jesus.
Goblin.
That is true, actually.
What fits Mayfly though? I'm not seeing a lot of like.
I
Time,
just
technology.
said Silver. It'd be intelligence, if not.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I
Because
just
That was alive.
I think of Silver's character and I'm like, but yeah, I guess.
It's not Palaman, because Mayfly has
Yeah, that
shitty
was-
investigation.
No, you-
What about Numerella as one for?
You're gonna pray to Numerella?
Yeah, that'd
I'm
actually be pretty good.
I'm
For,
asking it. Yeah, because she's a little more. I don't know. Silver sounds like they're not a nice person.
What happened to the
Whatever.
incest brother? Where's our boy?
Who's
I
that?
don't know.
He died.
Also, you got her name wrong.
Huh?
Got it. This guy says he's
Where's
a storyteller, doesn't
Oziad?
even know her actual name.
Where's Oziad?
Supposed to be Nedra. Thank you. Where is my boy Oziad? Is that the point of the campaign? We're gonna find the god of travels. We gotta travel to find the god of travels. Can't leave him in the lurch like this.
What's your prayer to Numerella gonna be? What are you doing?
Whoa. I don't think Ollie committed to that.
No, just I think
Is-
I
They
would.
did.
Is Carrots gonna be okay with that?
Yeah, we already rolled for it. It's fine.
It's not a question of whether Carrots is going to be okay with it. It's more of whether there's enough open-mindedness that there's more than one god, and the fact that Hallow is telling us this story is kind of helping
Oh.
us expand out.
Like when Inlia prayed to Aqua. Yeah, I get it.
Ugh.
I don't know what that is, but I'm going to.
There's a
say-
scene where
it's
Inlia
fine.
paid her respects to Aquadon.
He's not important.
This was before she
Not
knew that he was
anymore.
a bad boy.
So yeah.
Also, if you're a god of the sea or some sort of oceanic thing, you're dead. You're dead.
There's no more ocean.
Aquadon, the fucking original guy, they're all gone.
The
There's
bottom
plenty of
feeder is
ocean.
just Aquadon.
It's a crab now.
His rage turned him into a crab.
Carnalization affects even the gods.
Richard, the time's making me anxious.
How
Where's
much
your
time
dad?
is there?
I don't
Is it
know.
half an hour? We got half
How
hour.
much time do we have?
About 20 minutes.
All right, I better talk quick then.
I
Okay,
wanted to.
I'll just Leonard will
There's
just
no
ask
time.
more about Numerella out of all of those gods, and would also be contemplating and considering all of the fact that they can be more than one god. So her questions to Hallow will be around of how do they interact then, and just grasping the whole picture of how people can worship more than one deity, or at least be aware that there's more than one, and then how do they then pledge their fealty. So it's more like asking questions and the mechanics behind it, and asking more and more about Numerella, since that sounds to be a goddess that aligns with her just her own ideals outside of her faith to dead carrots.
Oh shit! I just had a random thought.
Oh,
Well, because no, it's very
ready? Yes, go ahead.
it's very pretentious. Delos' backstory goes into the god Z and Noepte, and they have a war, and Noepte is presumed missing. What if in reality that story is based on Numerella and
The plot thickens.
that's why the brother is gone? All right. Anyways, do your thing, Alan. The floor is yours.
So what I can say is that this Numerella, they're pretty much
Right.
all about healing. If you were there for previous campaigns, she was the goddess of medicine. Now she's the goddess of wisdom.
Where's Dex?
She got an
Where you
upgrade
at?
when she ditched the husband.
Where are you at though? Where's
I
our
don't
boy
know.
Green Die?
That's all of them.
What else are we missing? Strength is also not here.
The Numerella's symbolism is a trident. And she's also the goddess of water other than the ocean.
No.
So like
No,
rivers
it's all
and
water.
ponds.
Rivers.
Rivers,
Other than the ocean.
ponds.
Lakes, ponds.
Lakes.
Freshwater versus saltwater.
It's no use to us here in the ocean, right? Are we under ocean water?
Yeah.
According to Hallow, faith is heard here, so you should be able to interact with these creatures.
Under the
heard in this
sea.
cave.
Under the sea.
We did just eat some lobsters. Don't eat Sebastian. That's what we should call him, Mr. Crab. He should be Sebastian.
Mr. Crab. Money.
Money, 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 money.
SpongeBob, me boy, my boy, SpongeBob.
Bond boy, me Bob.
Okay, so
No, I'm annoying.
are we aiming for Lunara to have a prayer to one of these gods and see if that works instead of dead carrots? Is this what we're trying to do?
Sorry, what was that last thing, Helen?
Are we aiming for Lunara to try and say a prayer to one of these gods and see if that works?
Yeah, who's first? Who do you identify with the most from the brief information you have on them?
We're gonna go down the list and then end up with some bargain bin god that's like, dude, I'll take anyone. They don't even know my name anymore. Welcome to the team.
You have 5 majors and 4 obscures. Here.
Okay. I guess Lunara could look to everyone and see how everyone feels about possibly praying to a different god and see if that will help us leave this prison.
Mayfly will be silent, not participating in this this small conversation.
Thank you.
Delos will put a comforting hand on your second back. How do you describe this? The magic doesn't happen,
Her hump.
but he's supportive all the same.
Delos smacks Lunara's rear.
No, that's too far down.
That's too far. Yeah, that's the reason. That's too far down.
She was looking for comfort. Thank you.
Did someone say comfort?
An
Have a
entire
new
shave.
hat.
All right. Seems
Okay.
like everyone's putting their faith in you.
Oh my goodness. Talk about stage fright.
It's all on your
Okay.
shoulders.
Walls. 5 hearts.
No.
1 Lunara.
Oh, sorry. 4 walls, 5 hearts. That was a cute song.
I loved it.
Okay. Lennar will ask, hello, how would one pray to Numerella, since that could be the most heartfelt prayer that Lennar could.
Pity there's not a god for family or blood. That would be nice.
I know, right?
Thanks, Spotlight.
Why would you make a god for that?
Well, typically, prayers to Numerella are done below running water.
Water do be moving.
Are we below running water? Or is this water?
You've got a tap in the corner that is like leaking, like a pipe that's just
Okay.
dripping water.
Okay. And that's it? That's the end of your advice, Mr. Hollow? That was out of character.
This,
That's it? That's all you got?
Okay. All right. So Lenara will then move to the tap. Where is it? By the drain? Is that where it is?
Yeah, it's like so you got a pipe that goes along the corner of your room, and it drips water.
Okay.
It's about as close as you have to running water.
She will find a pebble, one that we have not yet named, and she will put it in her hands and look at it and give it her faith into to a god that is both of water. Let's do that. We're underwater, so she will then put her hands underneath the running water with the little pebble that she is concentrating on, and she will offer words of just straight from her heart of wanting someone to answer, because she has been it has been quiet for too long, and she has been very lonely, and she wishes that a deity would come and well, not come, but at least someone would show a sign, give her a sign that she can follow.
All right. Could I get a religion roll?
This would be with help, right? Because technically the group's helping.
If anyone else has proficiency in religion, sure.
Religion.
I mean, I don't, but like, good luck, everyone.
Religion, you say?
Yeah. Who tell us?
Some small religious backstory. Some.
Possibly could, be also religious.
I'm just looking for a checkbox, guys.
It's a checkbox.
Excellent. You have advantage.
Okay, so do I click religion? I don't understand what I need to
Click
do.
religion.
Okay.
Twice?
Twice.
One
Nice.
more time.
Do I have to press it twice? I mean, that's a nice number.
It takes the higher number.
You might have
Oh.
gotten a 20 or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Will this have a bardic inspiration?
Do we have a bard?
We have that there.
Don't have any magic, Richard.
Level 1.
Bardic inspiration isn't magic. It's music.
Don't have
Oh.
any music. My bell's outside.
You can sing.
Ding.
That is true.
That's all I got. Advantage is all I got. But yeah, sure. They'll still sing, even though it has no magical or otherwise effect.
What's your bardic inspiration die?
I don't have one, Richard.
Do we have a bard?
Yes,
Are you a bard?
not yet.
Okay.
Lunare, you pray to the goddess of water. And you hear something coming from the dripping water, and it beckons you forward. Do you go under the water? Do you put your head under the leaking pipe?
Yeah. Cautiously, but yes, she will follow the feeling.
You You feel the water dripping on your head, and the frequency gets slightly faster. And as it gets faster, you feel a fulfillment, and it's almost as if your hunger is completely gone. A similar feeling that you got moments before you were being tested and you took a healthy bite out of your trusty carrot.
Does everyone else notice this change in me of this uplifting moment?
We're certainly all staring at you.
Okay.
And you realize there's a presence next to you. There is the spectral figure of a little human boy. And he's got blonde hair, and he's holding a golden rapier. And he shouts, "Charge!" And the pipe right above your head bursts open. And shrapnel is shot out towards the center of the room. Shiwi, Lagarde, and Delos. Could I get dexterity saving throws?
Oh, fun.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
No, you can't get a dex
actually.
save,
I
actually.
changed my mind.
That's illegal.
Just fly.
Dexterity save.
We literally can't die.
We
I'm
are-
not even sure. I'm not even sure Delos moves.
As you're all standing there, a bolt from the pipe travels all the way through Delos' skull, and Delos falls down dead instantly.
Huh?
What?
Come back.
See you in 5 minutes.
You hear
Oh,
the
wait, that's
child
wrong one.
begin giggling and then
There we go.
disappears.
Let it
He's
go underneath me.
sleeping.
What? Olenara is very shocked and walks over to. No, don't put a cross through him. Walks
But
But
over
he's
to
dead.
Ellis to check and wait for signs of life again. And she looks a little frantic and quite anxious of what just happened.
I mean, we're only dead for. Hold on. 24 hours.
How did he die again?
Yeah. A little boy standing
Oh, I
upon
heard
the
that.
great
Like, what was the injury?
A little boy.
a bolt from the pipe that burst rocketed outward from like some sort of explosive force and went through Delos' skull.
All the way through?
Yeah.
All right. She was gonna start playing with Delos' hair and making an extra 2 pair of ears out of his hair while he's unconscious. Just like brushing his hair up to look like 4 ears.
The guy's just gonna sigh.
We are dead for 1/2 of a 10th of a crab day. It's basically 0 time.
The room begins filling with water faster than the grate can drain it.
Oh,
Wet,
this is how we ended up underwater.
wet.
And
Oh, boy.
I'll see you guys for next week.
No.
We are now under the sea.
This is bullshit.
Dun, dun, dun.